This is my first homework of this class. Now, I chose a narrative ones. Just to recap, there's the real one and the fictional one, and in my opinion, they serve the same purpose, and that's having your cultural values and your behavior towards life. That I'm now gonna tell you. The narrative I'm gonna tell you, it's called La Mano Negra. It's called the Black Hand, and basically, it's the story takes place in the San Francisco church where a young priest lives. The thing is that from a certain date, the priest starts to hear some strange noises coming from the confessionary. Then he goes to investigate what's going on, but there's nothing except the image of Jesus in the cross at the center of the church. Now, somehow the noises continues, and one night he sees a strange thing crawling beneath the bench. And as he approaches this thing, and it's like a spider, like a tarantula, but it's actually a hand, a furry black hand, like this one. Then he screams and leaves. The next day he tells his friends about this, but nobody believes him. Until one night he sees again this hand, and he screams, but this time the hand is calling him. So he basically follows this black hand to the confessionary, and then suddenly a void opens in the room, and both the black hand and the priest fall down and disappear forever. Yeah, that's basically the narrative, the story. And now for the analysis. Well, how the world works. Basically, this story was told by my grandfather. He told me that disasters in the world could happen anytime, and that you should be prepared for it, being the best person, because otherwise God would not help you and will probably punish you, like sending you into a void. And my place in the world, it's like the church symbolizes my world, my religious world, and that I should always try to be in that place. Well, basically, they told me that the black hand symbolized some bad things like drugs and the wrong path. And if I went there, I could possibly die. How could how to act in the world? Well, basically, to never be curious and follow something that you don't know really about, which follows my evaluation of what happens in the world. And relating to culture, I, as a grown man, analyze this and realize that this told me to reject the unknown for me, like reject anything that went against my religious beliefs and cultures. And I also think that they use this to control, like most of our culture controls us by scaring us. For example, in my case, they used a broomstick, and at the end of the broomstick, they added a black glove to it, and they told me it was the black hand, and that it would take me if I didn't do what they told me to do, like eat my soup, do my homeworks, and other types of works. Yes, that's basically it. That it's important to realize that sometimes they use this, like they use tales to control us, and I think that's also part of our culture.